techie. Then a visionary comes along and they create a platform. They take all this technology and they glue it together. For the sake of argument, and I don't want to get stoned for saying this, let's say it was Apple that were the visionary in this case. Let's say they turned up and they created a platform. They fixed all these niggly little problems, they joined the whole thing together, and they said, ta-da, there you go, it's quite simple really. But this is shit we were doing for years. Years. I wrote my first mobile app, I still had hair. It's so long ago, but all of us, it's as if it all happened yesterday, but it didn't. All they did was they created a platform. Then from that point, lots of fun people get involved. So people like us, people in the room, creatives, nut jobs, we all, stop taking coke for a little bit and invent something fun, because now I have a platform on which we can do this sort of stuff. So take Layer. Layer's a fantastic example of this. Wouldn't have existed. It's like a second phase of innovation. Wouldn't have existed without the platform. You create the platform, people start playing with it. Ooh, augmented reality, that's wonderful. There are 5 or 6 augmented reality apps out there, all very geeky, wouldn't like to go near any of it. Then Layer turned it into a platform. Next thing you know, Barclaycard are using it. This is the cycle of innovation. So it's not new. It's what gave us the Renaissance, and it's what gave us apps. It's not a new thing. There's nothing special or magical happened. It's inevitable, and it is driven by certain types of people. There are geeks. They exist. They always have existed. They weren't invented with the internet. There are geeks. They always exist. They like to play with things that don't work yet. Then there are a small number of visionary people that take technology and turn it into something that the rest of us can understand. And then there are the rest of us. The people that invent stuff that fix their problems, invent stuff that make them money. That's us. This cycle goes round and round and round, and that's all that happened with apps. It's happening all the time. Nothing new, nothing magical, just another turn of the wheel. So, I can't do everything that you should do with apps, or everything you shouldn't do with apps. So I'm going to try and do 4 things. Quiz, why is that 4? First one, forget the tech. When the new platform arrives, the first thing we do, as we get exposed to it, is we think it's got something to do with the underlying technology. The best example of how we do this right, look at the internet. So we all, one way or the other, work with the internet, yeah? Nobody in this room is losing sleep over whether or not the HTML5 specification will include an API that allows us to stream H.126 video. Nobody's worrying about it, even though, I'll tell you now, that's going to change your life more than what car you choose to drive. Seriously, that's a big one. But we know somebody else is going to worry about that one. We've left that alone. We're not in the tech. We're looking at, like, how do we use this stuff? How do we score the goal with it? Not what does it mean? With a new platform like apps, the thing that I hear most coming from customers, from clients, people that want advice around this, they do technically. I had a fantastic thing where they said, based on kind of what we want our application to do, we think the best platform for it is WebOS. So that means it works on the Palm Pre. That means there are like 4 people in the UK that can do it. So they chose their channel based on some geek who would really like to learn this technology, who said, yeah, that's the best one. You think the iPhone is fringe. Forget the tech. We have to move away from that. We have to look at what are we actually trying to achieve. Secondly, market your product. This is another true conversation. None of these are made up. These are all actually true, but I obviously can't tell you who they were. Another true conversation. So a customer of one of our companies comes to us, and I end up in the meeting, and they say, okay, so we've got an iPhone app built by another party, and we're just not happy with it. I wonder if you would build it again. I said, well, okay, typically, all right, we don't normally do this. Who built it? And they said, who built it? We said, they're reputable. What's the problem? Did they sort of miss the brief entirely? Said, no, quite happy with it. Is it sort of buggy? You get lots of bad feedback? No, that's not the problem. So what is it about the application that you don't like? So, well, no one's downloaded it. So how much did you spend on advertising and marketing, or none? So is it on your client's website that you could link? No. Is there an iPhone version of the client's website which contains a link into it? No. There's this conception again. This is the special source argument. There are more apps in the Apple iStore than there are protons in the sun. It doesn't matter how good your application is. If you just chuck it in there, I don't care if it spurts gold out. No one's going to bump into it. There are other things they have to do. The rules are exactly the same as anything else. It's just a special source problem again. The rules are just the same. There's nothing new here. Advertise it. PR it. Tell people about it. You will drive it. Barclaycard, who are here today with their water slide ad, the number one free app for, I don't know how long, still run? This did not happen by accident. Yeah? They made that happen. They made that happen because they put marketing behind an application that they've done. The number of people that think you just get it because you put it up there and Steve Jobs sees it and he loves it and makes sure that everyone with an iPhone buys it, fantasy world. Third